Taurus! Welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below, and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. Wow, Taurus, this is heavy. Okay, so here you are hoping to make a choice in regards to a union or a contract. Okay? It's that simple. There's a big decision that has to be made, and you are contemplating it. You fear that your explanation of the situation, of what it is you're contemplating, because you haven't made up your mind yet, you fear that your explanation of the process of contemplation will put the other party in defense mode. Okay? You feel like what you have to say is so direct and to the point based on your needs and your understanding of it that the other person will become defensive because they'll be like, but I feel, I think, and you're at the point right now where you're like, yes, I understand that this is a decision that involves us. However, I really have to make sure I'm solid with it before I move forward. So it kind of feels... Okay, if this is about a close friend or a family member, it feels like there are some changes that are happening in the relationship, and you want to make sure that your needs are met first before you meet the needs of the other person. If this is about a romantic relationship, this could be about moving on to the next chapter of the relationship, a higher level of commitment. So if you guys are just casually dating, this might be, saying you don't want to see other people. If you guys are living separate, this might be you guys moving in together. This could be planning a wedding date, that sort of thing. So if this is a romantic relationship, you're saying you need a little bit more time to get some things together. And you're afraid that that person is going to get defensive and feel like their needs are never going to be met. But honestly and truly, you are thinking of this person's needs. You just recognize that you don't have the time and energy to fulfill their needs just now because there's a few things that you have to get done first. So if this is a vocational spread, then there is a contract here that is taking up all of your time and your attention. And you feel like if you give people information in regards to this contract prematurely, then they're going to, how do I put this? If you don't have all your ducks in a row when you present it, they're going to feel like you're incompetent and you can't handle the job. And then there will be a conflict that breaks out, in which you will have a very sharp tongue and they will push back. This is very interesting. So, again, we're going to, because it's a general read, we're going to break it down to the simplest terms. You have a decision to make about communication in regards to a union or a contract. And you feel that if you don't temper your language, and if you don't have everything in precise order when you engage in communication with this other person or party, that it's going to put them on the defense. The reality of the situation is you have some inner conflict you have to work out before you can make the choice. Because the Lover's card, despite being about love and despite being about union, can also be about choices. It can also be about wrestling with your shadow side. So there is some inner conflict you need to work out before you make any absolute choices. But the other party is expecting communication sooner than you have time to work everything out. And therein lies the conflict. Ultimately, Taurus, you feel like all you need is a little bit more time to become victorious in the situation. Because the Empress is the Queen of Queens. This isn't somebody who sits in a kingdom. This is somebody who has several kingdoms or several lands beneath her and manages to make those things work. She creates an environment in which things can grow. She's often depicted by a pregnant woman taking a seed and bringing it into fruition. No, I'm not talking about fertility in regards to childbirth here. I'm talking about fertility of ideas, fertility of creating an environment, taking a plan and actually putting it into action for the first time. Threes are about taking action. So the Six of Wands here is about finding victory. So you feel like you can accomplish everything you need to accomplish. You just want to accomplish it in a particular order. And that's what you're trying to communicate. I need to do this first, then I can do that. And then boom, you have my undivided attention. Once these things are taken care of, then I can give you that undivided attention. Because ultimately we have another 3 here. And this is a great 3. This 3 is about a return on investment. You're asking somebody to invest just a little bit more time in you before they get that victory, before they get that reward. But also the 3 of Wands is about that pause that people take before they begin a journey. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to tie up all the loose ends of the old chapter of your life before you make that decision, that choice to step into the new chapter of your life. And that is what this person needs to hear. They need to hear, when am I the priority? When will that happen? I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, Taurus, and I'll see you next time.